Hey guys, how's it going and welcome to the Epidemic. My name is Narb. It's been a while since I've done something that wasn't a map feature, so today I'm going to touch base on a subject that is very near and dear to my heart. And that, of course, is infection. Obviously, we don't have it in the game yet, so it got me thinking about a few things that they may be doing, along with some things that I'm hoping they're doing. My prediction, first of all, is that 343 is doing something pretty big with infection. Like, I know for sure that they know we want it. There's no question about that. But the only reason they wouldn't even mention it would be because they're planning something super secret and they don't want anyone to know about it. I'm not entirely sure what types of changes they're thinking about, but whatever it is, I'm pretty excited for it. Unless, of course, they just release it normally, then I would be pretty sad. But whenever it does decide to drop, here are a few things that I think should be included with the game type. Number 5 is the flood models. When they had first introduced this in Halo 4, I was really happy. Having these new skins, of course, helped push for that really sweet infection experience. It was much more immersive to see this disgusting flood creature charge at you, rather than just see a yellow Spartan with a sword. If this is included with the update, I do, however, hope that we have the option to turn this off. A lot of minigames use the infection game type to work, and sometimes it just doesn't make sense for the Flood to be on one of those teams. Also, one thing to mention is that the Flood models should not take up your weapon spot. That was one of the bad things about Halo 4's version. It really did limit a lot of the minigames that could have been made, and it just really wasn't helpful. So hopefully, that will not be a returning problem. Number 4 is team and proximity chat. Personally, I don't really care too much about this, but I know a lot of people have been asking for it for a while. The problem that comes up with this is that when you're playing with a lobby, it can be annoying for the other team to hear what you're saying. Like, for example, if you're a human and you want to tell your other human friends where to meet up, the zombies will hear what you're planning. This wouldn't be an issue if each team had their own chat channels. That way, players could work together a lot better and not spoil anything to the other team. Also, it would be interesting if the volume of your voice would decrease and increase based on the distance that you are from other people. Some people are in favor of this and some people aren't. So if you could just toggle this in custom game options, that would be the most ideal. The third thing I'm hoping for is more objectives. In MCC, they tried to introduce flight and other things like that, but of course that game never really took off. But the thought was there, and that leads me to believe that more things like that will be made. Maybe we can get Safe Haven back, or something relating to territories. Really, anything other than just trying to survive would be cool to see in the update. Or even just more improvements to the basic game mode would be just as good. Maybe there could be a new system where players actually get infected and then have to go find healing to get back to normal. Or maybe medics could be a thing. All of those things would be very cool to see. Number 2 is customization. Customization lately has been getting much worse. Halo Reach had it down pretty good, but everything after that was much more limiting. The reason this is important is because, like I said earlier, minigames are usually very dependent on the infection game type. You need to be able to manipulate the settings in order to create a different experience. Things like weapons, damage, jump height, colors, and really anything else that was in Halo Reach need to be introduced into the update. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck with the same game modes that we have right now, and our creativity will remain suppressed. And I don't really mean to sound negative like that and be a Reach fanboy, but I'm just saying it how it is. Finally, the number one thing I'd like to see with infection is a balanced gameplay experience. And what I mean by that is basically, I don't want it to resemble Halo 4's Flood mode whatsoever. The lunge distance in that game was super big, much bigger than the range of a shotgun. So the Flood would almost always win every fight because of that. And it was a one-hit kill, which was not good. It was so bad that myself and some of the past community members and cartographers made a completely new game type for matchmaking. Instead of shotguns, Humans had assault rifles, and they were allowed to pick up different weapons that they could find across the map. Since we couldn't reduce the Flood's lunge distance, we made it so that it took 2 hits to kill a human instead of 1. After a month or so of testing, the game type was made public, and I think it really did help the playlist a lot. But my concern is that they might forget about this, and it would be a shame if they release Infection in a broken state. So my hope is that they will stick to the new Hive Mind game type, or at least make something that is somewhat similar to it. Just as long as it's balanced, I'll be okay with it. That pretty much sums up my wishes for the hopefully soon to come Infection update. I could definitely add a lot more to this list, but these are just some of the more important things that I really feel need to come along with the update. I'd love to hear what you guys would like to add to it, so if you have something that I did not go over, feel free to leave a comment down below and let us know what it is. If you like this video, then leave a like, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing. It's free. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the near future.